Well, UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres has conveyed a deep concern over the Israeli decision to close key crossings into Gaza and suspend the entry of humanitarian and commercial supplies. Now, citing the Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs, UN spokesperson Farhan Haq emphasized that people in Gaza rely on a steady flow of humanitarian and commercial goods from outside. Haq added that the UN and humanitarian partners work hard to maintain a sustained and predictable flow of supplies despite restrictions. Haq further conveyed Guterres' deep concern by the decision to close the Karam Shalom and Rafah crossings and suspend the entry of supplies into Gaza. And for more on this, we have Akshay Dongre joining us. Well, Akshay, Iran and Israel have both announced a pause in military operations while warning of retaliation if attacked again. We've had a number of pauses and confrontations earlier also during this war. How do we see this one?
Well, this is like several other ceasefires and pause in the battles that have happened. A glimmer of hope, but a cautious hope, in fact. Because we have to see that how this plays out. We have seen ceasefires, official ceasefires, especially the April 8 one, and despite that, the conflict have taken place. There have been incidents of attacking against each other. There have been incidents of the trade being halted on several areas, especially when it comes to Strait of Hormuz. We have seen incidents of attacks against each other. So really, Iran and Israel will have to prove it to the world that the peace can sustain with serious intentions and with no hidden agendas as far as this time the statements are concerned. But clearly, you have to give credit to Donald Trump for this halt in the fighting, because we have seen that how Israel especially. Is sort of very difficult to control at this point in time, given the fact that when we saw the way attacks took place, it was surprising that, because even Donald Trump had said that he calls all the shots, and even Netanyahu doesn't get to call any decision, or rather make any decision here as far as the conflict is concerned. And because they are already US and Iran are already in negotiations, it will be counterproductive for Israel to attack, and that is why Israel cannot attack any states that USA is already in talks with, especially talking about Lebanon and Iran. But it did happen anyway, so there is this cautiousness here that it should not happen again. But it is a glimmer of hope. It certainly is going to give the world a sort of positive outlook from here. We can expect the markets across the world to recover from the losses that it suffered yesterday. The oil Brent to settle somewhere lower than it did yesterday, given the fact that it was almost close to a full-blown war once again. And finally, if both the leaders have agreed to stop and halt the fighting, it gives a lot of positive hope as far as this entire fiasco is concerned.
Absolutely. Yes, a glimmer of hope indeed. Thank you so much, Akshay, for all those things.